Guys, this is Purpose Driven Live Sports Gaming, and I'm back here for another video with you guys. So today, the Los Angeles Lakers and Luke Walton agreed to part ways. Now, I'm of the belief, and I also heard that Luke Walton was going to get fired by Magic Johnson 2 days ago, but of course, Magic Johnson resigned. Excuse me. So, yeah, but I already believe this was going to happen. I believe that they agreed to part ways just because I don't think they were really a match after LeBron eventually signed with the Lakers last year. And to me, the Lakers weren't really a great situation to begin with, just because to me, I don't think the Lakers gave him enough help or talent to really kind of build with. You know, you have these guys in Lonzo Ball, who to me could be a great talent, but at this point is just really a defensive passing guard. He's just kind of a guy who you know can make a great pass, a guy who you know can really lock down the other opposing two guards on the other team, but really isn't an offensive threat. His three-point shot still isn't up to par to me, and also he doesn't have a mid-range game. He still struggles making free throws. He's not really aggressive in driving to the rim yet either, and it's kind of, to me, his aggressiveness or lack thereof has really stunted what he really could be, what he could have been this year playing next to LeBron. Even though he's also a playmaker like LeBron is, I think he could have grown and, really building in different areas of his game. They did say he tried to revamp his shot, but we didn't really see the results of that. So I wasn't too impressed with him this year. You have, to me, Kyle Kuzma was really the guy who actually made big improvements this year. You know, he came in, he was scoring the ball, he was aggressive, he rebounds, he actually is a willing defender. He's not a great defender, but he tries. To me, I applaud him for that. He was actually the most consistent guy besides LeBron. Then you have Brandon Ingram, who everybody thought was going to be a great scorer, was like Kevin Durant. To me, still hasn't really worked out. You know, he's a guy who at times it fades away. He's a guy who you notice is there when he's scoring well, but he's a guy who you don't notice when things aren't going well for him. So he's kind of a shaky. He's a shaky guy to really think about. But this team just really wasn't, to me. It wasn't great draft picks besides Kyle Kuzma, and I could also say Lonzo because he has great potential. But a great signing for Magic and getting LeBron. But that's the only thing that the Lakers have actually done that's really made sense. And to touch on Magic just a little bit more, I didn't like him stepping down in that manner. I also think he could have waited till maybe after the season was over to do something like that. But to do it on the night of the last game, I believe it was against the Trailblazers, was kind of it was a low move. It was a low blow. I think you kind of left leaving LeBron in the not knowing what was going to happen it's not cool. I don't like that, and it rubbed me the wrong way. And I think Magic is good. That's going to be an asterisk next to Magic's name for a long time. As a guy who stepped away from the job when the going got tough, he didn't really stick through the tough times. And you have guys who are actually saying that he wasn't really great at his job. He wasn't doing a lot of recruiting, a lot of scouting. That was what Rob Pelinka was doing. He was doing all the phone calls, even though people weren't returning Rob Pelinka's phone calls because he has a lot of enemies in the league just because of his days as an agent. But at least he tried. He tried to do what he was supposed to do. Magic was a guy who was kind of outseen. I seen him at a lot of college games when you could say that's scouting, but was he in the Division Two league, Jim? Was he in the Division Three? I'm not really sure he was doing what presidents of basketball operations really do, which is they're involved in everything. They're involved in a lot of decisions. They're making a lot of decisions. And to me, he wasn't really the guy who was, doing a lot of smart GM or president of basketball operations things. I wasn't too impressed with what he was doing. But to me, before I get back to Luke Walton, is we're gonna see what Rob Pelinka is made of. We're gonna see if he can actually make some good changes. We're gonna see if he can get some free agents. Maybe he can make a big signing. We're gonna see about that. Now, as for Luke Walton, there is some speculation that the Sacramento Kings are gonna look into him, maybe sign him. That they're really interested in him. I also believe that there's some good candidates out there for the Lakers to look into. They're looking into Tyronn Lue. They're actually really interested in him. Do I think that's a good signing for the Lakers? I don't. For this reason, Tyronn Lue, when I watch of him from Cleveland, was he's a guy who really listened to LeBron and only kind of commented on things when things were not as tough or when times weren't a bit edgy. But I saw a lot of LeBron pointing at things in the huddles, having his hand in plays. So not really sure why they're looking into Tyronn Lue so hard, but it remains to be seen what they do if they actually sign him. I also think Mark Jackson would be a great signing. I think Mark Jackson would be a great signing because of his experience. To me, he was the guy before the Warriors got Steve Kerr, before Steve Kerr took the Warriors over the top. He was a guy who instilled confidence in Steph Curry and Klay Thompson and really molded Draymond into what he really is. He was really the founding fathers of that team. And also, you have Juwan Howard, who was a teammate of LeBron. I think that would also be interesting to look into. A former teammate who was there. To me, he was one of the unquestioned leaders of that Miami Heat team. There was also another guy to look into is Monty Williams. And I heard that they're looking into him just because of his experience around the league. I think that would be a great pickup. A guy to look into. But I think this is good for both the Lakers to start new. Magic left, so you got to look into the president of basketball operations. You got to see what you can get there. You got to look for a new coach. That's going to be a good spot to really start over at. And hopefully, your new additions can really help you create a new image and, attract free agents. But that remains to be seen. But I thank you guys for listening to this video. And I want to give a shout out to the channel When Boredom Sets In. He has really helped me in growing my channel and getting people to watch my stuff and watching my content. So I really want to thank him. You can also go to his channel, When Boredom Sets In. It's a gaming channel, but he does a really good job of actually promoting other gamers and a lot of other channels. And we did a live stream today, did a broadcast. It was great. I had fun with him. So you guys should go check him out. Thanks again, and I'll be at you guys again soon.